So I haven't done a video in a little bit, probably a week or so. There's a reason for it. A little burned out, a little tired, just doing a lot, trying to keep the real life going good. The second part is I've been analyzing what's been successful on my channel. And the reason why it's important is because if you guys haven't watched a lot of, some of my recent videos you watched a lot of, some of my recent videos you've not. And I've realized that I've gone away from the core of what PC Budget Solutions is all about. Sure, myself and my wife don't have a budget solution, but I focus on that. So what's going to happen going forward is I'm going to be making less videos, focus a little bit more on the quality of the videos, and focus also more on the story and what I'm trying to deliver in these videos. You know, try to stick to things that are about budgeting and things where you have to make compromises and stuff like that. Today, we have a budget solution. We also have a budget solution giveaway. So the Fi-Fi microphone, the desktop stand one, I don't have a use for. It's not quite as good as my Yeti. My Yeti costs a lot more. So we're going to run this for about 30 days. And I'm going to randomly, I'm going to tell you guys more at the end, but just stay tuned. There's going to be a giveaway of the microphone. But today, we have something from DeepCool. This is actually going to a build I'm working on right now, but I've been really interested in reviewing this case for some time. And that is the DeepCool Matrexx 55. This is the LED version, not the RGB version without fans, because we are going to be doing our own fans. And what a surprise. These are making its, not debut, but re-entry to the channel, and that is the PC Cooler Corona fans. These work fantastic. I use them. They're inexpensive, and they're going in here. But before we do that, let's go ahead and open up this case and see what it's all about. So there's really not a lot on the outside that's really interesting, so let's go ahead and get her opened here. It arrived fine. There were no issues with it. It actually came in a larger box, and then this was inside the larger box. Okay. So I have no reservations about this being a soft foam packaged computer case. I mean, I think it was like 40 bucks. But it looks cool. And with a decent set of static pressure fans, it might even work fine as well. So I'm pretty confident I'm going to get some static discharge here somewhere. So the foam unfortunately did not survive. And apparently my computer didn't either, because it decided to turn itself off out of nowhere. But I'll deal with that later. So I won't take any points off for the foam not surviving because, well, it's a budget case. What do you expect? There she is. So you can kind of see why I considered this case. It looks really nice from an aesthetic standpoint. There's definitely some things I don't like about it, but some of the things I do is it has a fair bit of intake. Has intake, hold down the bottom here. Ventilation down here. We have removable dust filter up top. What else do we have here? Let's turn on its side here. Oh, carefully. An okay dust filter. It's removable. It's held in pretty well. It didn't come loose during shipping, so that's definitely a pretty big plus here, all things considered. There we go. But let's go ahead, let's take these screws off here. So these weren't down super far, but that's honestly fine. I don't have a problem with that. You don't have to get a screwdriver to get it off. Oh, okay, so this is tempered glass. This isn't an acrylic panel, so. Okay, so quickly looking, this is pretty nice here. Let me see, not on a screwdriver. Well, I do, it's just not a very good screwdriver. But these are held in by a screw, so that's actually pretty cool. There we go. So it has a couple 2.5-inch bays here. I forget what 3.5 inch bay layout is. This will support 2.5 or 3.5 inch drives, it looks like. So you have 2.5 here, and then 3.5 will obviously be here. So, but this is a metal, so this has no flex to it. I kind of like that, especially if we're talking about shipping. Although, again, my packing material did not survive, but there we go. So I'll just go ahead and get this started, because we will be putting a drive in here in the future. So some of the things I don't like right out the gate. And again, I get it, this is a budget case, so you can't be overly picky, but this has one PCI Express that's not a breakout one. Or the rest of them, once you take them out, they're gone. And it's always something I always end up doing later, and I have to be careful with the motherboard, I don't scratch anything. I would really like these to screw in the back personally, but it is what it is. You know, for a budget case, I won't be too hard on it here. Not a bad place to put this, I must say, although it's kind of stuck in there. So it's just some basic stuff related to RGB, which I didn't get the RGB variant because the motherboard is not RGB capable, unfortunately. So that's why we went with the PC cooler fans, because those can work off the controller. So all the screws are up there, so that's fine there. Okay, put this near the other panel, but not right next to it. So let's take a look here. So we do have a fair bit. So here's the cool thing. So we don't have any cable grommets, which it's not a big deal. I mean, if need be, you can run cables down through here. We have cable ties the whole way down. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cable ties. It looks like maybe more, but it's fine. What I'm curious about here is SSD mounting. Okay, I found one. So possibly here, that would be essentially a square. The issue I have is, I guess, okay, so I can see it now. So it looks like right here and then right there. So again, SSDs don't need 4 screws, but you should at least have mounting for 4 screws. That's just my opinion. But regardless, so let's go ahead and take off this front here. Where I got the hole. There we go. Okay. So just took a fair bit of force, and this is where the fans are going to mount. You could probably mount the fans inside or outside. When I'm looking at how much space we have here, so let me turn this. You know, definitely the fans are really the mount here on the inside, or I guess the outside essentially. But I don't see a problem with mounting them on this side either. But looking at the lip here, with how much room we're gonna have. So the fan, yeah, I'm actually gonna experiment. It definitely can go either way. Just depends on how you wanna do it. And then this would also then, if you mount the fans on this side, you can fit a radiator here. You could solidly fit a radiator up here, so this is pretty cool. So let me see if I can show you guys on angle. So this looks to support, I don't know if I want to say it supports 280. I guess it does. It looks like it supports 240 and 280 across the board. But what's really cool, here, I'll let that sit here as I break stuff, is how far up this sits. So if you're doing a 240, you could probably do it here. So you have a lot of room without impeding with RAM and VRM heat sinks and everything in between here. So I'm really excited to build this case. It does lack fans. It doesn't have, I didn't get the RGB variant because the board doesn't support it, but it was only a couple dollars more. So I'll kind of give you guys a quick conclusion here, and then we're going to talk about the giveaway. So I had originally filled the outro and decided I didn't like it. A couple of reasons. I didn't build in the computer yet, so I gave a good recommendation before I built in it. Now that I've built into a computer that her case now costs $45 with no fans in it, I can give you my honest opinion, and that is, this is a really good case. I kind of like the idea it doesn't have fans in it, so it doesn't fit in the budget range because you do need at least 2 fans, and you're going to spend another $20 on fans, and right now this case is selling for $45 plus tax and shipping, so you're now $65 invested into it. But if you get the $75 version with the RGB fans, that should be okay. I haven't tested DeepCool's RGB fans. It should be fine, right? So didn't have any problems. I really like the fact there's a lot of room up top. I was able to route the 8-pin even though the Hyper 212 was on there. I did have a Hyper 212. It does fit, not by a lot, but there is enough room for about 159, 160 millimeter Kohler towers. Cable routing was fine. I have a non-modular power supply and it was fine. Very happy with that. But now let's talk about the giveaway. So I'm going to be giving away the Fifine desktop microphone. Okay, I will pay for shipping. You have to be in the continental United States. Now, you have to be subscribed to the channel and you have to leave a comment on why you feel, how this would benefit you. I'm not going to pick like the best story. I'm going to pick those comments, and we're going to run this until March 31st. I'm going to pick of all the comments that have anything to do with the microphone. So you have to actually say, hey, I would like this because X, Y, Z. It can be 1 sentence, it can be a paragraph. I don't care. And then I'm simply going to put you in a spreadsheet. I'm going to randomize it and then assign numbers and then use a number generator. So do note that if you do comment, you will show up in a later video in Excel spreadsheet. So do keep that in mind. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you hit the dislike button, hit the dislike button. Get subscribed. If you want to buy this case, link in the description below. Oh, do note that dual entry is not allowed. So if you post more than once, I will just only take 1 opportunity. So you can post as much as you want. You only have 1 entry per person. But as always, this is Steve from PC Budget Solutions, and I will see you all later on, a little bit longer down the road.